Okay, and then of course, if you would prefer another variation or anything like that, you're welcome to adjust really at, of course, any point in time. And gently place your hands maybe onto your body if you like. One hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Maybe both hands to the belly or simply down by the sides of the body. And then a moment or two to just check in. Notice how you're feeling in your skin and your bones this afternoon. Okay, so a little cruise through from the crown of the head all the way through the soles of the feet. Right, and remember, there's nothing necessarily in particular that you're looking to find, but anything that comes into your awareness. In terms of like places you want to modify for or be extra aware of as we move through our practice. Begin to consciously shape your breathing. We're going to start just by lengthening your exhale. So whatever kind of depth your inhale is, see if you can work to up to twice as long as your inhale as you exhale. Okay, so like if you're inhaling for a count of 4 and exhale for 8, maybe even 10. But remember, really less about the number and more about just a nice long exhale breath. Okay, hopefully that'll help you get a little space from whatever has been going on with your day. Or anything that's yet to come. As your body relaxes on the floor, as your breath deepens a little bit more, just try to relax in the jaw and the shoulders. Feel the weight of your body as it rests on the floor. And especially note the weight of the thigh bones in your hip sockets. Do the best you can to not only release at your hips, but like deeper in the body as well. And of course, as the body relaxes more and more, you can let your mind begin to follow suit. Start to move your attention to the spaces between your thoughts. Everything that has already happened just gets to rest in the past, and anything that's yet to come gets to just be in the future. And we'll gradually start to build your inhale. So that your breath starts to equalize. So inhale and exhale now become similar in length. You might even feel the inhale kind of draw into the throat, the jaw, the shoulders, maybe even a little bit into the space of the mind. So now inhale and exhale are more or less equal in length. Mind moves more and more into the state of sattva. And you can observe with an inner awareness, body, the mind, what's going on in your life these days. And at the same time that awareness and attention can be there, also connected to this place here. There's this sweet little pulse, just like the inhale and exhale, that expands awareness and perspective and then kind of contracts back to the present. Or expands even out of the body in this moment and then back in. I think this state is really an important and valuable, kind of precious state, if you will. A state that is aware and awake and yet also somewhat detached. Just stay for maybe 2 or 3 more breaths here. If it calls to you in this last little bit, hanging out here, you want to pause the breath at the top as well as at the bottom, you're welcome to. Ever so gently begin to move the thumb along the tip of the fingers. Start to wiggle your toes a little bit. You can make movements of toes and fingers move into wrists and ankles. Eventually allow the elbows to bend and the arms to reach up and over your head. Your arms just kind of relax towards the floor as you exhale, and take 1 more breath in here. And on your exhale, bring the hands together at the 3rd eye. So in Anjali Mudra here, just dedicating the mind to this one pointed thought or image or feeling, or just kind of calling that in. Wherever you want to direct the attention and energy in the mind and from practice, let that become as clear as you can here and now. And take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, bring your hands down to the heart center. Take a moment to just dedicate your practice. So to anyone that you're holding at your heart, anyone your heart goes out to. A group of people, a situation, a particular person. And in that same kind of vein, if you will. We want to be clear on what forces we allow into this space. And so may we be clear that the forces we will work with today are the ones interested and helpful to our highest unfolding, that will be benevolent and helpful in our expansion to our light. And take another inhale, and as you exhale, release the hands down to the legs, really like the hip joints. Just pause for a moment there and kind of rub the hands around in a circle on the hips. Maybe the outside of the hips for a moment, and then rest your hands to the hip joint and just kind of press and let the weight of your hands root your pelvis to the floor. And take an inhale and exhale, release the hands, bend your knees and set your feet onto your bolster or the floor. And we'll start just by rocking, swaying the knees from right to left. You can go as far over to one side as you like. You don't have to go very far. Kind of notice how when you change the depth, how that feels in your pelvis. You just do one or two more for each side. And eventually you'll bring the knees into the chest and give them a nice little squeeze. So this pose, as you pull the knees in, is called Apanasana. We'll make this dynamic just by drawing the knees gently away from the body, filling your lungs with your breath. And then as you exhale, pull the knees in and use that action to help press the breath out. Again, inhale, the knees draw away. The torso fills. Exhale, pull the knees in. Breath empties out. Good. One more time like that on your inhale. And exhale, pull the knees in. Good. And we'll release and roll to the right or the left and just rest for a moment on the side of the body. Use your upper arm like a little pillow for your head. The opposite hand can rest to the floor in front of the heart. And just breathe in and out here for a moment, kind of connecting to the earth through the hand, and maybe even sending some pulses of healing light and energy to the earth, and pulses of gratitude for all of her bounty and everything that she brings, and all the ways she is correcting her massive and powerful forces. And just take a moment to honor that, to recognize that, and give thanks. And we'll stay for another breath in, and as you exhale, press the floor away and come up to seated position. Just cross your ankles gently. We're going to use these props here for a moment, so it might not totally dismantle, but it's pretty easy to reconfigure, so no problem. All right, hands to the tops of the knees. Gut sit up nice and tall. Let your shoulders roll back and down. Let your eyes gently close. We begin our practice with a round of square breath this afternoon. So we're going to use a count of 4. The structure is very simple. You'll inhale, pause, exhale, and pause. And we'll do this together 4 times. Okay, so first take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out. And then begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. And pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. And pause. last one. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. And pause. Good. Then just breathe in and out. Release your hands down by the sides of the body and extend them out just enough that you can take the fingertips onto the floor. And keep your eyes closed, really reaching through the crown of your head. Inhale and exhale, relax your right hand. Then sweep the right arm up towards the sky as you inhale, and on your exhale, gently bend to the left. And if you want, you can extend your left hand out or allow your elbow to bend and your shoulder to relax, maybe even planting the palm to the floor. And then lengthen through the right side. Ground down through your outer right hip as you reach through your right fingertips. Roll the shoulders back and open the front of the throat. Move your head back ever so slightly. And just stay for one more inhale and one more exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up to seated. Place both hands, but fingertips to the floor. And then switch sides. Lift the left arm up. Exhale, reach out toward the right. And then you can slide the right hand out. Maybe stay on the fingertips or gently plant your palm to the floor. And lengthen through the left side. Let your right elbow relax and the shoulder soften. And just kind of trace the attention and awareness up and down the left side. Move your head back a little bit and your throat open. Good. Take another inhale and one more exhale. Come all the way back up to seated. Place just fingertips to the floor and then keep the hands connected to the earth as you lengthen through the crown. On your exhale, drop your chin to your chest. You could even from here walk your hands back a little bit, but keep your hands, fingers rooted to the floor. And then gently begin to move your head from side to side. Breathe in and out. Imagine the hands just like an extension from the heart. So let your shoulders roll back and down. Take an inhale and exhale. Drop an ear to a shoulder and pause. And then inhale and exhale. Drop the head back, the throat open. And you can move your head from side to side here. Of course, reach the chin up to the sky. And then inhale and exhale the opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Pause here, take an inhale and exhale to rotate the head around in a full circle. A couple times one direction. You can explore with like the best place for your hands to release the tension in your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. Such an easy place for us to store all of that. Rotate the head the opposite way now. Breathe in and out. Okay, let's go around one more time on your inhale and one more exhale. And then bring your head back to center and relax your hands, your arms down by the sides of the body. Lift the arms to the ceiling on your next inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hands to the third eye. A moment to reconnect to your intention here, a breath in. Exhale the hands to your heart. Good. Take an inhale breath here, fill your lungs. As you exhale, gently release your hands and extend now your right leg forward. And pull the left foot kind of out to the side, just enough that you can get the sole of the left foot to the inner thigh of the right leg. And then here's your props. You might even kind of take your props around the outside of the calf, or you could slide your foot through. You can keep the bolster here, and you can remove the bolster, whatever feels best for you. Okay, flex your right foot, but relax also. Okay, so maybe engage the right leg a whole lot, and then just let like a wave of relaxation move through you. Same with your spine. Sit up nice and tall through the crown of the head, but then relax and kind of draw the navel in. Good. Now take another inhale to lengthen, and on your exhale, just going to ever so gently start to hinge forward at your waist. Your hands can come to the block to help your spine stay tall. If your bolster is there, of course, forearms to bolster, you could even maybe fold far enough forward if it's accessible to you to let your head drop down. There's not like a perfect place to be in this pose other than the place where you can be connected still with your breath and connected in with this pulse of like awareness moves into the body and then maybe kind of floats away for a few breaths. Now, when you do pulse back into the body, kind of notice the right inner thigh rotating towards the floor gently. Have a sense of that moving the right hip back a little and your left hip forward. And allow your left knee to drop out to the side just a little bit more. So really relax the front of the pelvis and hips as best you can. Notice as your breath fills your lungs, a gentle lengthening in the sides of the body. And as your breath releases out, a gentle engagement from the navel to help remain steady and rooted in the lower body. We've got 2 more breaths here. Your heart strive forward towards the bolsters for just 1 more breath in and 1 more breath out. And inhale, gently come all the way back up to seated. Exhale and pause. And now we'll twist. So bring your left hand behind you and your right hand onto your knee. Take an inhale and lengthen up nice and tall. As you exhale, look over your back shoulder. And even though the gaze is looking back, move your awareness to your legs. Feel even the attentiveness of the right foot, toes to the sky, right inner thigh to the ground. Take another inhale as you lengthen tall through your crown. On your exhale, pull the navel in and twist. Great. Come back to center on your inhale and exhale, pause. Kind of relax your right leg, maybe kind of wiggle your leg around a little bit or pop the knee. And then we'll switch sides. So left foot forward, toes point straight up as the leg engages, but then like relax. Your hands can come onto your blocks or your bolster, sit up nice and tall through the crown of the head, lift the gaze a little. And now as you exhale, broaden the collarbones, pull the navel in and fold forward, hinge at your waist. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Draw your awareness down into the space of the heart, if you will. The area of the heart chakra encompasses, of course, this whole area where your breath is. A lot of stuff in there, of course. We excavate even a little deeper in. We notice a place distinct of the heart chakra. Teachings speak of a golden egg of light. That kind of guide you back into the body, noticing the left inner thigh rotate towards the floor. The left hip back a little and draw the right hip forward. And on your inhale, carry that up and through the crown of the head. As you exhale, let your shoulders roll onto the back as you maybe fold just a little deeper. This is one of many sacred sites or pitams around the body. It's kind of like sacred sites around the world. Places where energy is said to converge in a very special way, where there is a unique alignment. Just like 2 more breaths here now. think it's great, of course, to know and recognize these different sites around the body, and just like we do at different sites around the world. So to allow them to share their gifts without getting in too much of the way. Come back up to seated on your next inhale, and exhale, pause. And then take another inhale as you lengthen, and now twist the other way. So right hand behind, left hand to your knee. Reach up tall through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, draw the navel in. So here's another place, the navel center. The seat of the sacred fire, the place of transformation and change. Let that lead you back down into the legs, remembering what the feet and legs are doing. Take another inhale and another exhale. And then release and come back to center on your next breath in, and exhale, pause. All right. Slide the props out from in front of you just enough that you can bring the soles of your feet together. And then take your feet like a little further out in front of you so you have some space, because we're just going to rotate the torso around in a circle a little bit here. Good. Just notice all the places that move as you rotate around from the hips. And if there's not a lot of fluidity, that's okay. Pause and rotate the opposite direction. Use your breath. Imagine your breath drawing all the way down into the pelvic floor, kind of breaking up any places that are stagnant, heavy, dense. Good. Come up to seated on your inhale and take the hands to the fronts of the knees and lean back a little bit. Lift open the front of the heart. Carry your gaze towards the sky. Exhale and stay. Think of lengthening your neck here, right? Take a deep inhale breath. Lift the heart. Exhale again and stay. Kind of lean back. Hold on with the arms, kind of the angle of the body. Beautiful. Lift your chest. One more big breath in, right up to the front of the heart, or the sky. Exhale. Good. And then inhale, come up to center, and exhale, pause. All right. Release your legs over to one side, and we'll come now onto the hands and the knees. Please feel free to support underneath your knees with a blanket, or you can wrinkle your mat a little bit. Once you come onto the knees, please turn your fingers to face back towards the knees. So you'll externally rotate the fingers and place the hands down onto the ground. Take a moment to rock the weight from right to left. Spread your fingers nice and wide as the palm of the hand roots to the floor. And then land yourself in center and shift your weight a bit forward and back. So your shoulders come to the top of the mat, and then they shift back a little. If you like, you can curl your toes under and kind of double dip the pose, not only stretching forearms, but also the soles of the feet, the ankles, the calves. Now, the next time the weight shifts back, just hold it there. We're going to pause, and breathe in and breathe out. Now, again, you can keep the toes pointed or the feet flexed. And we'll start to gradually lift the palm of the hand up and off the floor as you simultaneously bend your knees and shift your hips back. Okay, the fingers will touch onto the earth, and then eventually you'll bring your hands up and off the floor. And either toes are curled under and you're in toes pose, or toes are pointed straight back. You can have your hips over your knees, or you can sit them back over your heels. Either one. Okay, extend the arms forward and wiggle your fingers around a little bit. Take an inhale and exhale. Draw your shoulders back and down. Good. Now spread your fingers nice and wide on your inhale. Lift into the chest. As you exhale, tuck thumbs in. Wrap your fingers around your thumbs and squeeze. And do that again. Inhale, spread the fingers wide. Exhale, squeeze the thumbs. Shoulders roll back and down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, thumbs in and squeeze. Good. Release your hands, lower them towards the floor. And as you do, sweep up off of your heels. Then point your toes gently back if they are flexed, and bring your hands to your heart center. Good. Place your hands to your hips now and extend the right leg out to the side. And turn your toes to face forward. so that the arch of your foot more or less aligned with your left knee. Like if you drew a line from the arch to the knee, it would align. Okay, extend the arms out to the sides and turn your palms towards the ceiling. Take an inhale and exhale. Then let your right arm just relax down, and as you inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the sky. Good. Just find the alignment in this left side. So your hip, your knee, your shoulder, and your wrist stack. Take an inhale, then you'll lengthen out of your waist, and on your exhale, ever so gently bend to the side. And just let your right arm extend down however far it naturally goes. Stay connected to the left knee, shin, and top of foot. Good. Lengthen out of the left side. One more inhale and one more exhale. Good. Inhale up to center. As you exhale, reach out a little. Place your hand to the floor into the shoulder. And now sweep the right arm up towards the sky and eventually overhead. Good. Now keep your right foot rooted to the earth. Feel free to kind of lift and spread your toes and plant the sole of the foot on the floor as completely as you can. And then carry that attention from the foot all the way through the right side and past your fingers. Let your arm relax heavy, maybe even let your head relax down. Yeah, beautiful. 2 more breaths here. Let your body kind of drape over the foundation of your knee and your arm and your foot. On your inhale, lift the arm, come all the way back up onto your left knee. And then exhale, lower the hands down, and we'll switch sides. So tuck right foot under and extend the left leg out. Again, remember the arch of the foot more or less aligns with the right knee, and more than anything, looking to stack right knee, ankle, shoulder, and now rest. Let your left hand relax on top of the leg. Palm can gently turn up. And then inhale as you lengthen out of the right side, and on your exhales, gently stretch over. Good, but only as far as you can stay grounded and rooted through the right knee and shin and foot. You might even put a little bend into the left leg so that you can feel supported from there as well. Good. And then let your head move back a little bit, your throat open. Lengthen out of the right side as much as you can. Root down as well as reach up for one more inhale and one more exhale. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reach out and set your right hand to the floor in line with your knee. Inhale, lift your left arm to the ceiling, and then exhale, stretch it over your head. Good. And then same thing, stay grounded through your left foot. Maybe even lift and spread the foot as it grounds back down onto the floor. Good. And then lift up through the left side, and as you exhale, let your upper body just kind of relax. Maybe even let your head relax. And feel it kind of drape over the support of the arm and the leg and the foot. Good, you guys. One more inhale breath here. One more exhale. Awesome. Inhale, lead with your left arm. Come all the way back up onto the right knee. And then exhale the hands to the hips as you tuck left knee under. Good. Arms to the sky. Inhale, reach up. Now exhale the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, the forehead to the floor. Slide the hands forward, come back into all fours, and exhale, pause. Good. Curl the toes under. Take an inhale. Lift your hips to the sky and straighten your legs. Come into downward facing dog pose. And just for a moment here, pedal out your legs. Stretch one heel and then the other to the floor. Good. Eventually just hold the posture, a soft bend to both knees as you lift your sitting bones up nice and high. And take one more inhale and one more exhale. Come back down onto your knees gently. Exhale and pause. Walk your hands back. And I'll have you step your right foot forward. We'll come into lunge. But grab your blocks also. Okay, so right foot forward, blocks at the highest setting. I'll have you bend your right knee nice and deep. Okay, and then place the fingertips onto the block. So really they're just kind of the floor kind of rising to meet you, if you will. Just a place for your fingertips to root, just like we did when we were seated. And now bravely on your exhale, kind of explore the depth of the bend in the right knee. Remember, it's okay to take this right knee past your ankle since your left knee is rooted to the floor. And in fact, ground down through the top of the left toes. You could also explore with flexing your left foot. Sometimes that's a little tougher on the kneecap, so up to you. And now imagine drawing in from the lower abdomen. Kind of squeeze the legs toward one another from the pelvic floor and lift up through the crown. And then lean your upper body back a little bit, like an offering from the place of the heart. That all the sensation that builds kind of dissolves in the space of the heart and expands away. Good. Take one more inhale breath here. One more exhale. If you curled your back foot under, I'll have you point it as you straighten your right leg. And then you'll probably walk the hands back just a little bit, kick the ball of your right foot up and off the floor. Little more weight in your hands, but still most in the legs. Take an inhale, draw the toes back as you breathe in, flex the foot, then exhale, point your toes towards the floor. Do that again. Inhale, flex the foot. Exhale and point. One more time on your inhale, flex the foot. Exhale and point your toes. Good. Now point your toes straight up to the sky on your inhale, and now exhale, open the foot over to the right. So now external rotation, turn your toes back up to the ceiling and do that same thing. Draw the foot over to the right as far as you can go. And notice how that comes from your hip, right? Inhale one more time, toes point up. Exhale and turn the toes out. And now stay here. You could bend your knee a little bit here. Push forward through your foot, but back through your hip. Good. Point your toes to the ceiling on your inhale, and then we'll take the foot internal. So to the left now. Back to center on your inhale. Exhale and turn the toes in. Notice the inner thigh of the right leg rotate down. Do it one more time on your inhale, toes point up, and then exhale, toes in. Inner thigh toward the floor. Hold here. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale and one more exhale. Awesome. All right, point your toes straight back up to the sky. Plant the sole of the foot to the floor. Walk forward and lift your left knee from the earth. And come into a low lunge. And then just kind of pulse back through your left heel a few times. Breathe in and out. Good. Step up to the top of your mat on your inhale and exhale, fold forward over your legs. Bring your hands to your shins or carry your blocks in front of you. Lift up halfway. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold forward. Yeah, good. Just like we did with breath on the beginning of practice, lift up halfway, fill your lungs. So get yourself some space and then exhale, use the posture to press the breath out. Good. One more time like that, halfway lift, inhale. Fill up all the way, exhale, fold forward. Good. And then pause in your forward fold for a few moments. Feel free to lift and spread your toes, widen your stance or shorten it out. You could even use your hands to spread your toes on the earth a bit more. Good. And then imagine drawing up through the soles of the feet into the sitting bones. And as you exhale, just descend down through your crown. Relax the shoulders and the neck and the jaw. Take another inhale, another exhale. Good. We'll rise all the way to standing now. So bend your knees and round your back to curl all the way up. Just one vertebrae at a time. Good. And then when you come to standing, you should rotate your shoulders around a few times. Breathe in and out. Good. Let your shoulders relax onto your back, and for a moment, just kind of reflect through the body. Notice how you feel having done one leg, but yet to do the other. And just notice what you feel, if anything at all. Soften the knees a little and ground through both feet. Take another inhale breath here. And another exhale. Lift the arms to the sky as you breathe in, reach up nice and tall. Exhale and fold forward. Stretch out and down through your spine. Lift up halfway, inhale, lengthen, and now exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Is that right? Yeah, I think right foot to the back of the mat and then left foot forward. That's one of those I knew it was going to happen. So we have left foot forward now. Right knee will come onto the ground. We're going to start in our low lunge like we did on the first side. Okay, so little to no weight in your hands. Your blocks to the floor just underneath your fingertips here. And then inhale and exhale, use the kind of pulsation, right? That expansion and contraction to help maybe bend the knee a little bit deeper. You can play with your right foot curled under or pointed back. And breathe in and breathe out. Remember that we're not necessarily looking for the posture that has the most sensation, but the posture that guides us, yes, into the body, but also enables us to kind of pulse away for a moment. You really want to work with like this whole idea of effort and ease. Though at the same time, there can be something that has effort. There is also an ease to it. Right? Take one more inhale right into the front of the heart. One more exhale. Good. If your back toe is flexed, point it back, then straighten your left leg. Kick the ball of your left foot up and off the floor as you straighten the leg. And then maybe consider a little bend to the left knee. Good. Now pull the toes back on your inhale. Flex the foot as you exhale. Point your toes towards the floor. Do that again. Inhale, flex the foot. Exhale and point. One more time like that on your inhale and exhale, point the toes down. Now flex your foot on your inhale, and as you exhale, we'll take it towards the plant. So over to the left, your toes rotate out. Inhale, the toes back up to the sky. Exhale again, the toes rotate out. Notice and feel even this come from the hip, right? Point your toes up and then exhale, point them out. And now hold. A little bend to your knee. Pull the navel in and lift the heart as you exhale. Push forward, but shift your hips back. Release your toes back up to the sky and then turn them in as you exhale. Inhale, toes point straight up. Exhale, and they'll turn in. One more time like that. Inhale. Exhale, turn the toes in or thigh down. Little bend to the knee. You'll hold here. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Beautiful. Point your toes back up to the ceiling. Take an inhale and exhale, and then we'll bend and come into lunge. Walk the hands forward. Lift the right knee from the ground. And just pause for a moment there. Push back through your heel a few times. Breathe in and out. Step up to the top of your mat on your inhale and exhale, fold forward. And this time come all the way up to standing. Lift your arms towards the sky. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Soften the knees a little bit. Relax the arms by the sides of the body and extend them straight out to the sides. And you're just going to rotate one shoulder forward, that palm turns up, and then go to the other side. Good. So just exploring like the rotation in your shoulders, drawing in and then opening out. Imagine carrying it all the way through your hands. So the rotation goes through your wrists, your fingers, your palm. Good. Breathe in and out. Both arms back to center. Extend them way back behind you. Open your palms, look up, and as you exhale, round the spine. Bring your hands forward, bend your knees, and curl the navel. And inhale again, open up. Breathe into the heart. Yes, exhale and curl in. Good. Again, inhale, some expansion for that contracts in the heart. Exhale. And kind of let that filter in one more time. Inhale, open up, reach back. Exhale and curl in. Now interlace your fingers and press your palms towards the sky. Take a breath in and a breath out. Root down through your feet, bend your knees a little. Inhale, lengthen out of the waist, and then exhale, stretch to the side. Whichever way you go is fine. Take an inhale, hug in from the inner thighs. Lengthen through the side waist as you exhale, stretch over. Beautiful. Inhale up to center, lengthen. Exhale and go to the opposite side. Think of the body as a conduit of energy, drawing up through the soles of the feet, out through the crown of the head and the hands. Good. Inhale to center, then release the hands and interlace them behind your back. Roll the shoulders onto the back, breathe into the heart, look up. Exhale, lean back a little bit. Good. Inhale, come to center and then fold forward. You can keep your hands interlaced if you like as you fold. Maybe the arms reach up towards the side. You can also release your hands down to your ankles. Breathe in and out. Good. Wherever you are, take one more inhale and one more exhale. Release your hands to the earth or the shins, lift up halfway. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then plant your hands and step your feet back, come into plank pose. So even in a posture that maybe classically has some emphasized contraction, can we find some softness or some ease? And maybe that means the knees come onto the ground, or maybe it's a simple shift of the mind. We're saying one more inhale and one more exhale. And inhale, shift the weight forward a little and lower yourselves all the way to the earth. Drop your knees, bend your elbows, lower your chest to the floor. And then when you get there, release your arms by your sides and turn your head to one side and breathe in and breathe out. Good, and breathe in and breathe out. Let your upper body relax. Let your legs relax. Turn your head to the other side, please, and breathe in and breathe out. Remember your intention, right? Another inhale and another exhale. Inhale, bring your head back to center, and then I'll have you stack your hands one on top of the other. Rest your forehead to your hands, but now turn your toes to face out. So the arches of your feet face the earth. Okay, they call this crocodile pose. It's an interesting little posture, I think, for the back of the sacrum. Kind of squeeze the back of the sacrum in. Not like intentionally, just think about that drawing towards center at the back of the pelvis. And just take one more inhale and one more exhale. Point your toes straight back behind you. Lift your head and come onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Okay, spread your fingers like rays from the sun. And align the wrists with your elbows and the elbows under the shoulders. Think of rooting the insides of the wrists down onto the ground. So naturally with your elbows on the earth, the thumb comes off the ground, the inner wrist comes off the ground. But see if you can root back down from that place in particular. Lengthen up through the crown of the head and then broaden the collarbones, like you could pull your torso through your upper arms. Reach through your crown and then descend down the spine towards the tailbone, and think again of the place of the heart. Right in the front of the chest here. We want to move the head back as much as possible so that even in this pose, which is easy to jut the head forward, we remember, oh, wait a minute, head. Come back and align with the space of the heart. And let it come from the heart center as much as you can, even drawing the shoulder blades onto the back to project the heart forward. Take another inhale as you reach through the crown, and now as you exhale, slowly lower to the floor and bring your arms out to the sides like a little cactus. Bend at your elbows and turn your gaze to the right. And then bring the inside of the right knee on the floor in line with your hip. So out to the side. You could support that with your blanket if you like. You could shift your body so your inner knee is on your mat. And then just relax and notice, even kind of play with the alignment of your ankle. Bringing your right ankle underneath your knee more. Good. And breathe in and breathe out. And then just relax, and especially relax the jaw and the neck and the shoulders. Feel as you breathe the left side of the abdomen pushing into the floor. An opportunity to kind of tone the lower abdomen here. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Good, and then inhale, bring your head back to center. Extend your right leg behind you. Turn your gaze to the left and bring the inside of the left knee onto the floor in line with your hip. And then same thing, kind of play with the alignment of the ankle and knee. Notice now the right side of the lower abdomen root into the earth as you breathe. Feel especially the right side press into the floor and tone the organs on the right side of the torso. Just like 2 more breaths here. Inhale, bring your head back to center. Gently extend the left leg back behind you. Breathe in and out. Bring your head back to center. And now hands by the low ribs. Tuck your elbows in and lift your shoulders gently, but relax. Right? Then as you inhale, lift your head and your chest up and away from the floor for Cobra Pose. Exhale and lower back down. Do that again. Think of lengthening from the heart as it glides forward and up and off the floor. Inhale, exhale, and lower down. Beautiful. One more time, just like that for Cobra Pose on your inhale. And exhale, lower all the way to the earth. Great. And now right from here, I'll have you flip over onto your backs. Okay, pause for a moment. When you come onto your back and bend your knees, bring your feet underneath the knees. And take a moment to just let your back relax on the floor. You might even kind of rock your pelvis a little bit. Drop the front of the pelvis down for the ground. And then pull the navel in and kind of lift the tailbone, kind of curl it in. You could go side to side if that calls you as well. Drop your knees from the right to the left. Or maybe even a little bit of both, this rocking forward and back in the pelvis and then also side to side. Good. Now play with that a little bit. You could do both legs at the same time. You could do one leg and then the other as you kind of rock and move around into the pelvis. Good. Then land yourself back in center. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop out to the sides. Pause there for a moment, a breath in and a breath out. Relax and surrender. Go back into the space of the heart for a moment. Feel the light of the heart and healing. Feel it expanding and giving light to all parts of you. And as you rest here for another moment or two, just notice if you would appreciate any other adjustments or postures at all. And if there are any that are coming to you, feel free to move into those now. Otherwise, we'll get ourselves set up for Shavasana. If you would appreciate the support behind the backs of the knees for Shavasana. Or like we did at the beginning, stack your blocks and then the bolster. Of course, any other variation. Blankets, of course, under the spine or over the abdomen or the whole body. just over the feet. Getting closer and closer towards the time of transitioning to fall. Waning of summer, and be anticipating that which is coming. We also at the same time pulse back into the here and now. So let your body just be supported on the earth. Let your breath come and go as it chooses. For a moment, just let everything go. and to bring awareness back to your physical body. Slowly start to deepen your breath and begin to move your fingers and toes. Rotate your wrists and ankles, and when you're ready, reach both arms up and overhead. Stretch all the way from fingers to toes. Bring your knees in, give yourself a nice little squeeze here. Thank yourself for creating the time and space to come to your practice today, for stepping onto your mat. And you can roll to the right or the left, and when you're ready in your own time, come all the way back up to seated. Just take a moment to seal up our practice, or just turn to face forward and rest your hands to your knees. Remember, part of this whole journey, of course, is to allow these sacred sites within to start to become more and more apparent and clear to us. To feel the power of the heart and how it moves us. How it helps to stabilize us, how it protects us, how it moves us forward. To understand the sacred fire within and to use this as a place to remember the power of transformation and change. And through it all, maintaining the witness mind, part of you that is watching. Allowing your inner knowing to guide. So as you bring your hands back together, let's take them up to the third eye center as an honoring and a remembrance of the power of the mind. See or sense your intention here and take a nice deep breath in. Exhale the hands to the heart center. A moment once again to bow into the heart, to remember the intention we set here, those that we hold at the heart. And let's seal our practice with a chant of Om. But first take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out. Inhale for Om. As you exhale, bow the chin in. Honor the love and compassion that lies in your heart and the hearts of all beings. Teacher that guides our way. You know, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Adi Om.
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you all so much for being here today.
Have a beautiful rest of your night and take good care of yourselves. See you soon.